Greetings, good morning. I know everybody's looking at the door. Okay, this door represents Dayaf. Dayaf in the Kabbalah means knowledge or Das in India way. DAAS. Okay, with knowledge comes the understanding of duality, masculine and feminine principles, positive and negative, and etc. Now, what I wanted to talk about is this tree of life. According to the way we perceive the world, it's really upside down. And then in our mind, in the from these chemicals and everything, we tend to take an image that was upside down and we flip it upwards. That will be the tree of life. So basically, what is happening to us is built on what you call spatial perception. SPATIAL, perception. The reason why is you notice the tree of knowledge of good and bad, duality. To grow to a level of unity, which is one is one. You have to understand the principles of both. Therefore, you could balance it. And once balanced, you have what is called unity. But until then, your mind and everything that you perceive is in a duality state of form. So therefore, what happens to you happens because of how your mind is operating on a duality. Sometimes we say things like years down the road, and finally you have the opportunity of that thing either prospering you or creating trauma and tragedy in your life. Now, that's the door of duality. You have to understand that. Once you go into the Sephirah, and they talk about 10 Sephirahs, it's probably about three missing, and it's probably about more of them that we don't know about. It's about 13. That's what I heard. Um, Most people don't talk about it. It's like they don't talk about the Sephirah of Diref, meaning knowledge. Because knowledge they kept is hidden. It seems that they only want to keep it for a few people. And these few people actually rule the world through this particular knowledge that they unravel. It could be the knowledge of Lucifer being the light bearer, making them see when they was in the cave, like in Plato, making them see all types of different colors, distinguishing things. And once you have that with duality, then you can start saying, I don't like fat people because I'm skinny. I think fat people is a disease. They need to lose weight, etc., etc. I don't like your hair. I think that you need to wear fake hair, etc., etc. These are the combinations or combats of duality. And duality is still confusion, a lot of confusion. It's like people who feel, oh, I'm in a masculine body, but I felt that I was feminine. What it's really saying is that their their feminine energy that's in them, although they are masculine, has imbalanced them where they feel that they are female, although they're in a masculine body. You understand? It's like somebody go, oh, well, maybe they were a female soul in the past life, and, they came through the universe again, as they repeated the life cycle, and they became a male, and they had, they weren't comfortable and everything like that. That's all duality, and it's called confusion. See, in chaos there is order, but the order of the day is that most people don't realize that in chaos there is order. When you look at a tornado, you look at it, it's a chaotic form of wind, just flying all over the damn place. But in that form, there is order. You understand what I'm saying? A volcano erupts, boom, that's chaos. It's just sprouting all over the place. But in that is order. You know, the universe, stars bursting every day. In our cells, stars, cellulars bursting every day. New ones is recreating. That's all a form of chaos. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So we look at the world really upside down instead of right side up. See, we live in the world of knowledge, but we want the tree of life. This is the problem. This is what people don't understand because we perceive the world to be upright when in reality it's downward. We are in the Kalipov. That's where you get the two likens. You have God and you have the devil. Now, if God is the supreme being and created all things, what's the devil about? That's duality. See, God is unity. See, if you got to understand something, when we look at this, to be honest, let's really analyze this God and devil relationship, if you want to speak. A lot of people who are Christians or whatever, or Krishna, look at Krishna and original. Krishna told original he had to fight his family. How crazy is that? Well, let's look at Lucifer and God. Lucifer was created by God, point blank. Okay, he didn't come out of nowhere and start acting that way. Lucifer is the equivalent of, let's say, how we project it or how we perceive it to be negative. It's like Seth in the Kemetic science, or aka people like say Egyptian theology, but no, because Egypt was named after the Greeks, just like a lot like Ethiopia is a Greek name. So I tell people who have knowledge, right? If you knew that back in the days they carved Africa, renamed it, gave borders and everything like that, you're going to tell me that somebody does not know what's the real name of the land? That's because they were living in the Kalipov. They were living in the tree of life. See, to understand that, it's like coconuts, right? You have a bunch of natives where in this land coconuts are grown. Like coconuts are not grown in Europe. Maybe now due to scientific innovation, should I say it? It could be grown in Europe or it could be grown in a damn lab, you know. But naturally, it's an essence that they had to extract from nature to create this illusionary object. When you study when you study Kabbalah, you will understand the science of fruits and things like that. It's a name that they call it when we take something and we quote unquote feel like we're the creators, and out of the creation we create something else within the creation. I forgot the name that the Jewish people call that. And I'm gonna call them Jewish because that's how they feel, and nothing's wrong with that if they want to feel that way. Hey, so rock it. Some people say, well, lamb, that's conspiracy because you're going against the grain. You know that Jewish people of that area were of dark skin complexion because everybody was dark skinned down below near going towards the crater. Everywhere you went. And I tell people, is that true? In Alaska, there's dark skinned people. But that means that we were all over the place. Now we have another force called Europeans or Caucasians. And they came in and they just, if we were bad, we must have been bad on a very spiritual level. Like we really opened up demonic forces and things like that because we wanted to test the powers that we had, right? So here they come. They came out invading and stuff like that. And that form is a form of duality, black and versus white. But see, we can't, because that's knowledge. We all fighting over knowledge. We all fighting who's right, who's wrong. When in fact we should be as the Jews say, tukum olam. And some people say, well, that's a misinterpretation calling to the Zohar. No. Tukum olam means repairing the world. When you're repairing the world, we're not talking about the world itself. We're talking about the worlds within you, the Sephiroth within you, that tree of life within you. Repairing the world is taking the clip off and switching it upwards to the tree of life. That means respecting everything in life because it was created by the all creator. That's respect. See, now, there's so many things that's going on. Like when you think of Adam and Eve and what they did, all right, the creator already knew they was going to do that, and we have to have this life experience, everybody. No matter how bad it is, we had to go through it. Now, here's the question. Money itself is a form of thought. It's a currency that runs through our brain circuitry system. We believe it's something that it's always been there. It's not true. We didn't have that type of system. It's like interest. Africans didn't know nothing about interest. I give you 10 pairs, but you got to give me back 100 pairs for each day that you didn't get back the 10 pairs. Then why did a person need 10 pairs? Because he had to feed his family, but you're going to charge him interest like that. See, all of this stuff was made to create something called poverty. It's a science of something called scarcity. See, these people that have studied the esoteric knowledge is very wicked now. They are, as Krishna would say to original, which is us, we have to fight them, point blank. Because until then, the life is going to be so bad that right now they feel that we can be replaced it by carbon altering beings. They could take us and put our consciousness on a damn disk, okay? And that disk has our consciousness, and they could download that disk into a carbon altered body. I'm talking about androids or humanoids, whatever you want to call it, clones. These are people that Krishna tells original he must fight. No lie. If we talk about, oh, we so involved with Jesus Christ, like there's billions of Christians, and out of Christianity come the most wicked ever, ever, ever forms of weaponry. Who really owns the forms of weaponry? Nobody owns the most dangerous weapons like the European Christians. None. Nobody. So that lets me know on a physical level, these people are very dangerous. When they shoot somebody, they always talk about it's a mental issue. Yeah, it's damn right, it's a mental issue. When we shoot somebody, it's more than a mental issue. You don't have a mental issue. You just wanted to kill somebody. That's their philosophy when it comes. See, because it's all about knowledge. If I tell you for a long time and you're in Europe how these black people are this and that, but at the same time I'm secretly holding black people because I know who they are and I'm extracting data from them, and then I take that data and I reflip it and then I sell it into the world as commerce, and people don't understand something. All of this shit is made up. I mean, like, poverty is really made up by humans. We created all this shit. And you think about it, this land was once rich, greenery, rivers you could see through and everything like that, and we polluted the shit. Why? Because we allow people, like Kishner says, to original, you have to fight. We allow these people to rule over us. You know, and in Revelations it talks about that. It's probably before Revelations. It says you don't fight against flesh and blood, but you fight against principalities and rulers. And these rulers follow these dark forces, and in these dark forces there is Lucifer. So it lets us know that what time it is. See, and we don't think about this when, like, the Muslims right now, they're about to end their fast. Okay, they do follow more of the Messiah's way of, aka what we call Jesus Christ's way, than we as Christians do, right? And I say we because I study every denomination, so I could say a we in me, because that's unity. I already know that God is one, no matter what names you call him. God is one. No matter if it's pantheism, once you study pantheism very hard and very rigorous, you're going to see there's one supreme being. And out of all those pantheist gods that you talk about, there's the one God that they recognize. It lives in infinite. While they might not live as infinite, but they have a long, long life. Okay, but you know, that's all about when you study things. And the thing that upsets me most is that, you know, when I read things and I read too much, maybe, you know, because they say knowledge is power. It's very much power. And I can see why those people who are running the show are dictating the power that we receive. So the power we receive, that's called empowerment, not power. There's a thing of power versus forces. There's a book that's out there, right? Power versus forces, right? In this case, there's not a power versus a force. It is a force. See, let's put it this way. Some people say that the upper top people of the Caucasian race is afraid of our unity. Because why? They already feel the force, but they know if we get the power, we have the power and force, it could cause a pretty much problem for them. Because people don't want to realize this. Hannibal was a dark-skinned man, a black man. The Moors were dark-skinned people, black people, before, you know, this invasion of Africa and the mixture of genetic genes and things like that. And now you see it as you see it. They call Arabs, right? Now you see it as you see it, right? What we don't understand about humans is that we created subhumans. You know, it's like the fruits we have now. We create subfruits. We created some fruits and vegetables and things like that that wasn't there before. But then historically, you know, as time goes on, that story, you know, those that know that that was created, it becomes a reality, and then you think it's real. That's called spatial perception once again. You know, we see the world really upside down, but in reality, we think we see it upright. This is Satagura saying peace and blessings to you, and I hope you have a good day. I hope y'all learned something from this video. Please, go through the door, dive. But when you do, please close it. Because knowledge is power, but the power you hold depends on your perception. Peace.